Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo, yeah. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob, MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to, liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan nito. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga, nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan, liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Huwag ka matakot, kaya mo bang akyatin ang mundo? Bawat bukas may pag-asa sa'yo, yeah. Ito ang tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob, MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Klaro na to, huwag kang sumuko sa gustong gawin. Isang pangarap, isang tagumpay, yeah. Gabay at pag-asa ng bayan, landas pagbabago, pag-asa, ikaw ang mahalaga. Iba't iba, pero isang halaga, nagkakaisa, nagmamahalan, nagtutulungan, liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino, tulay ng tagumpay para lumakas ang iyong loob. MPBL, araw mo na, laro na to, liga ng bayan na to. Mga kabataan na sugod, Junior, MPBL para sa'yo. Ang liga, laro ng bawat Pilipino.
We are still here at the Divine Light Academy live at Las Piñas City for the continuation of this match day para sa inyong Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3, ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino. As of this moment, we are already finished with the 16 under and the 18 under divisions for your Bulacan and Nueva Ecija, but there are still going to be a lot of games na kailangan yung panoorin at antabayanan through our social media channels kung sakali na kayo ay malayo dito mismo sa Las Piñas, so you can still catch all of the Junior MPBL action. My name is Hans Galeria, joined by of course JP Ruiz and Danae Yamada later at courtside. As of this moment, from what we saw, JP, it was quite a dominating game in that second match.
No, definitely, Hans, as you mentioned, it's now 2-0 virtually for Nueva Ecija. Can they go with the sweep here, this time with the Bunso, the 14 under, or can Bulacan finally get that first W today?
You know, there's probably a lot of advices na talagang napag-usapan nila our current match at hand in the 14 under division. Gaya nga ng sabi mo, ito yung mga bata naman
Yes.
na usually nakakarinig ng advice mula sa kanilang mga kuya, pinapanood yung karamihan sa kanilang mga kalaban. But contrary to the first two matches na nakita natin kanina, this time it's completely different.
Yes.
Let's look at JT Bulacan Taipan first. This is a team that is on a roll after getting their third straight win.
Yes, as you mentioned, Hans, excuse me, third straight win. It's 6-3, fifth in the North. They won their last game against the Pasig Stallions. Their top performers were Gerald Patawara with 18 points and 11 rebounds, and John Raizu Berba, 18 points and 10 rebounds. Both players doing double-double figures after that game. They were able to win because they had less turnovers and remained aggressive on defense with 19 big steals. So if they want to go for their fourth straight, they have to start on the defensive end.
And you love the idea na marami silang nakukuhang rebounds just to make some extra opportunities happen. But on the other hand, if you're looking at the Nueva Ecija, the Generals, this is a team that has already experienced winning, pero meron silang struggles that they need to address.
Yes, definitely. They are 2-6 in the North Division, currently 10th. They lost their last game against San Juan 40-89, a very, very big 49-point loss. Their lone double-digit scorer was Zidane Dangoy with 11 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist, and 1 steal. They were outperformed by San Juan in almost every category: rebounds, assists, turnovers, steals, and blocks. So in order for them to even get a chance to get back in this ball game, they have to also start aggressively on the defensive end.
Especially these are kids. They could definitely come back pretty quick, pero minsan kailangan din nilang mapangunahan ng motivation for them to continuously improve on what's about to go and happen here at the Divine Light Academy. This is Nueva Ecija going up against Bulacan. We're gonna toss it now to our game announcer.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3, ang Liga ng Bawat Batang Pilipino. Live here at Divine Light Academy, Las Piñas City. This is the 14 under division between the JT Bulacan Taipan and the Nueva Ecija Generals. Now let us meet the starters for both teams. First, for JT Bulacan Taipan, starting at guard number 24, JR Nabarti. Other guard number 3, Amiro Arashaga. At forward number 10, Miko Ramirez. Also at forward number 26, Crystal Victoria. And at center number 8, Aldrix Montilla. The head coach is Sherwin Santos, assisted by Kenneth Jordan and Anthony Calaranan. Team manager Charles Kimpo and team owner Joe Bantay. And now let us meet the starters for the Nueva Ecija Generals. Starting guard number 59, Tristan Comia. To guard number 51, Zidane Tangoy. At forward number 18, Prince Lupig. Other forward number 26, Jamir Gomez. And starting center number 30, Christ Corpus. The head coach is Noli Mejos, assisted by Robert John Lamson and Joshua Agcoili. Team manager Ian Marquez, Elizarte. Officiating this ball game, Justine Santos, Eric Timapanag, and Francis Solem. Junior MPBL Executive Director, Mr. J.R. Nufano. Junior MPBL Commissioner, Mr. Keith Picasso.
Your Dora team starters for the 14 under division para sa Nueva Ecija, it's Comia, Dangoy, Gamis, Lupig at Corpus. Para naman sa Bulacan, it's Arciaga, Nabarti, Victoria, Ramirez, and Bandilla. You're looking at the 5th seed JT Bulacan Taipan going up against the 10th seed na Nueva Ecija The Generals. Gaya ng nabanggit na pag-usapan namin kanina, this is completely different dun sa mga nakita namin na laban kanina because it's Bulacan quite at the upper hand of what's about to happen here. Expected. Pero unless may ibang gawin dito ang Bulacan, you know, there could be, or should I say may ibang gawin dito ang Nueva Ecija, we might be expecting something different here.
Yeah, definitely. This is gonna be Bulacan's game to lose. You know, they already lost their first 2 games by the 16 and the 18 under division. Now it's up to the young ones, the 14 under, to somehow get back and get themselves in a winning way in today's ball game.
Well, that is hopefully going to be the case here dahil nakita natin kanina in the 16 under division that, you know, it was the side of Bulacan that had the higher seed. But in spite of that, nakuha pa rin ng Nueva Ecija yung kanilang panalo. But that time, in the second match, it was completely different. So, we're about to find out, especially sa bilis ng laro na mga magiging mga batang ito ay talagang maipapakita nila. And at that time, it was Zidane Dangoy getting his first 2 points. Also the best player of the game in their loss from last time out.
Yes, as I mentioned, no, he is the lone double-digit scorer for Nueva Ecija. And if he needs to continue doing that, he needs to do so. It will be up to the others to step up in this ball game.
That is going to be the scenario that they're looking for. This is the replay of the very first basket na kanilang nakuha. Very reliant on the open lane ang karamihan sa mga manlalaro natin dito ngayon dahil nga takbuhan yung karamihan sa mga ganap that we have. So there really needs to be some coverage pagdating doon sa mga open lane so that some of those potential plays could be limited.
One thing that people should know, Hans, no, in terms of the roster for Nueva Ecija, once again, similar to the 16 under and 18 under, there are lots of player movements. And I mean, what I mean by that is there's so many players coming in and out throughout this campaign. So chemistry could be a factor here. In terms of average points, the biggest scorer here is still in single digits. So let's see who among these players can step up. If it's gonna be Zidane Dangoy or someone else.
You're right about that. I mean, from what we saw, kanina lamang, this is obviously a moment para sa... I was about to say Nueva Ecija, but they caught me off guard as Patawara finally puts himself on the board.
And again, as you mentioned, Patawara able to score 18 big points and 11 rebounds, including 5 assists and 3 steals in their last time out, opening it up with a 3.
That right there was a 3-pointer that was finally locked in by their team. And that is obviously a solid outing para sa kanila ngayon. Although I have to correct myself, that was Christoph Victoria getting his first 3 points. So there's no Patawara, no Janray Zuberba just yet para sa starting lineup ng Bulacan. Here it goes again. Although that time it was already a miss coming in from Christoph Victoria. I wonder if he's related to Lordy Victoria.
I was about to ask the same thing.
Because they kind of have the same mentality either or. That's an N1 opportunity para kay Comia.
One of the smallest guys in today's ball game for the Nueva Ecija squad. Talking about Lord Tristan Comia.
I wonder what the stoppage of play was all about, but
exactly,
you know, either or, it still counts, and Nueva Ecija is still at the driver's seat. They are up Or honestly, maybe it didn't count. Honestly, from what I saw. But look at this. Another opening from 3. That's not gonna work. Someone was waiting on the other side, and that time delay is okay.
Great shot there for the big man. I believe that was General David Balboa. Oh, excuse me.
That was Bandilla locking
Yes.
it in. Don't worry about it, I got you.
As I said, partner, no, so many player movements. We have to be careful, of course, with who is scoring. Thank you for that.
As of that moment, what a move! Locking in for the bucket. And now that's obviously what you want to see if you're JT Bulacan Taipan. Amiro Arciaga. Just a really good look in play here. That is your pound for pound fitness. Foul counted. Shot of the quarter. And in case you haven't seen it, he just made the free throw
Yes, he did.
to extend the lead to 4 points.
But again, this is what you're expecting, given that this Bulacan squad are the favorites. And look at that trap defense.
This is where they could probably thrive, but look at this, another
Ooh.
opening again. And that is how you press it.
Able to avoid the tight defense here are Nueva Ecija, the Generals. That was Chris Erib Corpus with the bucket.
So as of this moment, gumagawa ng 2-3 defensive possession. But look at that opening. Galing kay Nabarti, just not giving up on the play.
JR Nabarti getting things done for Bulacan.
Unang 2 puntos niya. Now they have to kick it out. Kongmia, 3. Masyadong malakas. Already reaching the halfway point. It seemed like a blur again, JP.
Very fast-paced action once again in this opening quarter.
Now a 3 is underway. It would not graze the rim as Fajardo gets another rebound. They're gonna leave it for Kongmia. He's gonna get it right back. He's gonna be challenged by the defense. Double team incoming. He immediately avoids it. He's gonna shoot it anyway. Doesn't get the roll. E panibago pang tsansa. Kongmia 3. Short again. Getting his own rebound. Gives it to Fajardo. And that is how he distribute.
Hustle, play, effort there by Kongmia. Able to find the big man for the 2.
Florence Fajardo coming off the bench. Getting his first 2 points, and we are all tied up. Nabarti though,
Ooh.
immediately apologizing.
Great stop there by the blue shirts. Able to cost them the turnover. Possession will go back to Nueva Ecija.
Here's what you were looking for. Janray Zuberba
Oh, there you go.
waiting on that other side. I'm wondering if Patawara is also here. I think he already is. That, double tank setup from Bulacan is obviously going to work here. But at that moment,
Ooh.
it was an opening that was taken advantage of by Christ Corpus.
Nice Erib Corpus with another floater bucket there.
Now they try to continue. An opening again. Berpa looks to challenge and attack. But at that moment, his entry was denied by the Generals.
Yeah, great effort there by John Zuberba to make his presence known. Unable to control the basketball.
Now they look to proceed again.
Uh-oh.
That was a steal. Now the look is to attack. Patawara. Throwaway move is not going to work. At that moment, second chance won't as well. Takbuhan na naman. Kongmia finds the open guy. Waiting on the other
Ooh.
side. But nothing is allowed in fast breaks.
That was a great hustle stop there from John Zuberba. Able to deny Christ Erib Corpus's attempt. Intense defensive actions plays here from both squads.
Baseline na magiging atake nila ngayon. Hanap ng tiyempo. Shot coming in from Dangoy.
That is a very difficult shot there from Zidane Dangoy. That's his second bucket for the ball game.
Currently leading our Nueva Ecija 14-10. And now they find Berba. Berba does bully ball. He gets another shot at it. Overcooks it the same way.
Great stop there from the blue shirts. Kudos to Jamir Gamis.
Oh, look at Komiya fighting through the defense. But that's not gonna work. Now this is Patawara. He's looking to attack, fight, and score. Getting his first 2 points.
Patawara making his presence known in this opening quarter and immediately going to a trap.
Now they're going up against Komiya, but Komiya has been doing a great job. Naiwasan yung trap defense. Dangoy's gonna do it again, and yes, he can!
Cool, calm, and collected. Dangoy, that's his third bucket this opening quarter, giving Nueva Ecija a 5-point lead.
Dangoy is already at the halfway point of, his output from last time. He only scored 11. There was an opening. And at that time, it worked well para kay Rain Dries.
Rain Zaren Dries able to go coast to coast for the 2.
Hold up, there's gonna be another steal now. They give it to Patawara. He finds the opening, looks to attack. He gets it right back. Masyadong malalim. Maybe a third attempt. That will work.
That is hustle right there by Gerald Patawara, able to get that basket. Cutting the deficit to 1.
Look at Komiya though,
Ooh.
definitely fighting for his spot here, and that is how you end it, courtesy of Corpus.
Grace Erim Corpus. He's very nonchalant. Hala Tim Duncan, no reaction, just score.
And at that moment, that is how this first quarter is gonna be developed. Buckets thrown one after another. I don't think we've seen a lot of free throws happen, but you're gonna see a lot of first quarter highlights brought to you by Chef's Magic.
Yes, definitely. Both squads are going in and out, making sure that that both squads are close, not giving up on each play, especially Komiya finding the hot hand in Zidane Dangoy.
With that being said, 19-16 is gonna be the end of the first quarter with Nueva Ecija on the lead.
You're watching the Junior MPBL Season 3 14 under match of Team Bulacan Taipan and Nueva Ecija D Generals. Nakausap ko kanina si Coach Sherwin from Team Bulacan and nasabi niya sa akin na para bang first come first serve ang lineup nila doon kasi kung sino yung nauuna sa training at lagi nagpapakita ng maayos na performance yun ang ginagawang starters. This is to ensure na equal ang opportunities at ang treatment na ipinapakita ni Coach Sherwin sa mga players niya sa 14 under. Lalo na malapit talaga yung puso niya itong sa mga 14 under players niya. Tawag pa nga niya dito ay anak sa tuwing pinapagalitan niya at pinagsasabihan tuwing meron silang ensayo. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Miss Danae Yamada, and that is the culture that they're obviously trying to impart here. Not only giving a chance for the players to showcase their discipline, but also yung opportunity nila para makalaro. Because, with a lot of players on the pool, most likely, minsan, kadalasan yung minuto ay hindi talaga ganun karami. But if you can get the showcase una pa lang, then you would be able to really prove to your coaching staff what you are capable to do.
And speaking of report, from Danai, I was able to get some inside info. I had a quick chat here with Charles Gimpo, and he did mention that Coach Jason is currently out with a high fever, so we wish him well. Hence why Coach Sherwin Santos is the current coach for the 14 and 16 under of Bulacan. And to also answer our question earlier, Hans, magkapatid nga yung mga Victorias. So
That
your
explains
assumption was correct.
That explains it. I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised. Kasi halos parehas yung
Right?
shooting form eh.
Oo.
Kumbaga yung bitaw parang parang brothers eh.
Eventually, they're currently not playing together, but
Yeah.
they are shining in their respective squads.
You're right about that. They could play together if they are, 2 years apart.
Probably.
But what's apart is that ball from the basket of Nueva Ecija, because Bulacan is not allowing them whatsoever.
Exactly, and this is, again, deja vu. The underdog are currently ahead by 3. Talk about Nueva Ecija.
Considering that this team is 2-6.
Oo.
They're really showing Bulacan how it's done as of the moment. A 3 is underway again. There was a slight tap on it probably. But either way, there was already a 24-second shot clock violation at babalik ang bola dito sa Bulacan. Gerald Patawara is going to be giving it to his teammates again. There was some sort of room. That's not going to work. Patawara fighting through everybody again.
Ooh.
Another chance. But there is the foul.
3 blue shirts were going after, I believe that's Miko Ramirez, giving the possession back to the white shirts.
Now they look to attack. A 3 underway is good.
Nothing but net care of Peter James De Jesus.
That was Peter De Jesus. Finally locking in, and not only that, Patawara turning on the Jets para sa dos. Everything going well para sa Bulacan. Just look at this, JP.
No, definitely. Look, it has nothing but net. Didn't have any hesitation. Wanted to get it done. And meanwhile, another fast break opportunity. Kaya Patawara.
Things are going north para sa kupunan ng Bulacan, and Nueva Ecija is gonna need the timeout. Nagbabalik ang Manny Pacquiao's Junior MPBL Season 3. Ang liga ng bawat batang Pilipino, still Hans Galeria, JP Ruiz, and Danay Yamada. And this right here is Bulacan with a resurgence courtesy of Peter De Jesus, who, by the way, puts Bulacan on his own by 4 points.
We don't know what adjustments or pep talk did Coach Sherwin say, but it gave the extra boost needed for Bulacan to come back in this ballgame.
Either way, it works. It looks like it's been effective. At yan ang kailangan nilang asikasuhin at gawin, because it has been apparent that, the extra sped up play mula sa Bulacan has been giving Nueva Ecija problems. With that being said, they're going to talk about it through this timeout. From tip-off to the final buzzer, every moment counts, and so does every meal. Whether you're celebrating a win or just enjoying the game, Chef's Magic condiments bring the flavor that makes every bite unforgettable. Chef's Magic, make every meal a magic moment. Muli, nagpapasalamat po kami sa lahat ng mga magulang, kaibigan, kamag-anak na nagpupunta dito sa Divine Light Academy at Las Piñas to watch their sons, their friends go up in basketball, lalo na dahil napakalayo pa ng pinanggalingan. Considering nasa Nueva Ecija, sa Bulacan, they're obviously looking for their children or their, cousins to play
And
Pero ito na yun.
and it doesn't necessarily have to be relatives or friends' hands. This venue is free for anyone to drop by. So if you are near Las Piñas or within the Las Piñas area, please feel free to come by and watch these amazing games happening. There are at least 6 more games happening after this.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of matches na magaganap pa maya-maya lamang. In fact, this is going to be the first of many in terms of the trilogy. And as of this point, it is Sikat that is now at the line to shoot for 2, as he was only able to make 1. But either or, Johan Sikat, that is what they're gonna need para makabalik. On the other hand, that's Yutok. Matatawagan ng foul, and that is gonna put him at the line to shoot for 2.
Yeah, definitely. And meanwhile, Hans, I'm looking at the stats so far in the middle of the second quarter. There are already 11 turnovers from Nueva Ecija, hence the comeback here from Bulacan. They are beating them on the defensive end. 5 steals versus 2 and 3 blocks versus 0. Bulacan is starting once again on the defensive end, making their strong comeback.
Tila na paigting ng Bulacan yung kanilang depensa, which has proven to be very effective against, a team that has struggled to bring the ball up.
Correct.
Dahil nakita nga natin kanina, di ba, si Komia has been doing a really good job, but as soon as he was back in the bench, tila nahihirapan yung ibang mga players to put it right up where it belongs. So, with that being said, there needs to be a different, a different guard na magiging kapalitan ni Komia dito in case that he gets exhausted.
Let's see if the backcourt here can do so. Great defense so far shown by Nueva Ecija. Excuse me, Bulacan.
Villa was right there, but at that moment, it went all good para kay Fardo.
That was Florence Fajardo making his presence known.
At this point, they're looking to attack again. Can they make something happen? And another foul is going to be called. It's going to be De Jesus going to the line to shoot for 2.
One thing I also mentioned, their points from turnovers, 9 for Bulacan, 3 for Nueva Ecija. So because of the costly turnovers provided by Nueva Ecija, it is also increasing easier buckets for JT Bulacan Taipan.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, yung kanilang full court press, lalo na every time they adjust. Kasi kanina, nagkaroon sila ng half court na 2-2-1 lang eh. So, there's really some variety dun sa kanilang ginagawa ang depensa that leaves the offense guessing kung ano gagawin ito. And there it goes. Another turnover na naman. And with that being said, forcing the issue for the 2 points.
Yeah, that was a turnover by Borromeo. Unforced turnover there. Great defense shown.
There goes Balboa with a 2-pointer, and Driz gets another steal. Looking to attack, and that time it goes in for Driz.
Coast to coast there for Rainzad and Driz. 1 with the stop, and 2 went all the way for the 2-pointer. Another stop here.
They continuously try to get across. That time, Gamis successful. But then Driz, active hands, leaves it for De Jesus with a layup for the 2, and it gets it in.
That is 6 straight quick buckets there, care of Bulacan.
And now the pressure hasn't stopped. And this is where, Bulacan is deadly when they start to pull away and they feel like nasa kanila ang momentum.
Now let's see here.
That is your larga fast break of the game from Driz to De Jesus. That is a connection that you do not want to lose. Now here's another attack. Looking to provide. Friendly roll is no good. But look at Yutok fighting through the contact, and there goes another one.
Kevin Yutok not giving up on that play. Trying to out-rebound his man. Successful.
This is an 11-0 run, or should I say a 10-0 run. Make it a 12-0 run, courtesy of Patawara.
Everything is going Bulacan's way. Nueva Ecija needs a ceasefire.
And that's exactly what they're gonna do, because again, from the looks of it, it has been a layup clinic, a pressure clinic galing sa Bulacan. And Nueva Ecija is gonna have to talk things out. The play continues now. It's been a run. A 12-0 run para sa kupunan ng Bulacan. Kamuntikan pa si Kuya. Natawa na lang din siya eh.
On first turnover there for the white shirts. Very minimal given the Bakers doesn't lead.
There it goes again. Another steal at takbuhan na naman. And at that time, the possession is going to be staying at some point. From the looks of it, it will still go with Nueva Ecija. Pero ang naging desisyon dito ng Bulacan is for them to challenge the call and find out kung, you know, for referees to take a closer look at the situation.
If they strongly believe that it will go their way, they can do so.
I mean, based on what we saw mula sa dalawang kupunan na ito, it's just that Bulacan has had more opportunities to shoot the basketball at yun yung tila nawawala sa kupunan ng Nueva Ecija because when both of them were making shots, it was at least 3 points or 2 points lang ang nagiging diferensya. Pero ngayon, the story is completely different. So, you know, at some point, that is most definitely going to be the case. And from what we saw, the challenge made by JT Bulacan Taipan by head coach Sherwin Santos is successful. So the boys in white are going to be keeping the basketball with a fresh 14 on their clock. Baseline play, they give it right back. Thought about it. Lacson with a floater. It's not going to work, but they get an extra possession.
They get 5 to shoot though.
Matawara is aware of it. There goes the 3. It's short. Now Nueva Ecija is on the run. They have no full court press to worry about, and I think that's the idea that they have to build on.
Patawara had the right intention in mind. He did try to go with them, but unable to do so, giving the Generals the chance to go to the free throw line.
You know, I'm wondering what they talked about to make this lead happen or to catch up to this lead, courtesy of our courtside reporter, Danae Amada.
Nasabi sa akin ni player 59 Comia from Team Nueva Ecija D Generals na kasama niya na noon yung mga teammates niya ngayon, yung ibang mga teammates niya dahil makakampi niya na ito sa ibang leagues. He shared how joyful he was nung nalaman niyang part siya ng ating junior MPBL league. Kita ko nga ang saya at disiplina sa player na ito. Grateful pa sa kanilang Coach Robert dahil sa kabaitan, pasensya at higpit din niya sa kanila. The journey has been great para kay Camia at siguradong marami pa ang kanyang lalampasan. A reflection of Coach Robert's guidance. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Miss Danae Amada. She was talking about, you know, Comia, the guard, para sa kupunan ng Nueva Ecija. You know, tila maliit man sa inyong paningin, nakakapuwing talaga.
Yes.
Dahil kita mo yung aggression niya, you know, being one of the smallest guys on the floor, showing the biggest heart, but at that time, it was taken advantage of by Bulacan.
Unable to control the basketball, itong si Comia, trying his best to evade the defense of Bulacan. Very difficult task here for him.
And as of that moment, you see it again. A hard fall. Galing dito kay Tristan Comia. But you see what I'm talking about? When he's the one holding the basketball, they get to cross.
Yes. Yes, they do.
The press break, the full court pressure, kahit na siya lang mag-isa, it doesn't really need to pass it. That's the IQ na meron itong batang ito.
He is a legit floor general given his height, despite his height, excuse me. But one thing I like about Lord Tristan Comia, old school yung dating. Look at that. Look at that. Look at the pair of shorts that he has, man. It's below the knees. Very rare you see those kinds of players these days.
Baka naman sa size lang, di ba?
Probably, pero
Di ba? Pero tama ka, may point ka eh.
very rare.
Usually ang lahat ng mga lahat ng mga
Today,
magagaling
in today's
mag-dribble,
game.
di ba?
Oo.
Yung sa end 1,
Yes.
sina Escalade, sina
Correct.
Professor.
Yes.
Baka yun ang kanyang inspirasyon.
Probably.
Hopefully, pag nakuha nila itong panalong ito, ay matanong natin yan.
Oh, of course.
Diba? Malay natin. Pero ngayon, it's just a good sign that he's putting order in the court para sa Nueva Ecija.
Because I would say, Hans, just to share, no, usually, kids these days, yung mga Gen Z or the A's, I would say, they know na the shorter the shorts, the better to move. So
Oo.
the fact na medyo opposite si Comia, I mean, I would say he probably would have inspiration in this attire, but speaking of which, he's performing well for the squad.
5 seconds remaining though. It is still an extra opportunity. Are they aware of the time? They need to take the shot. But that is not gonna happen. So with that being said, even though they weren't able to chuck up an attempt, they are still leading at the end of the second quarter. You're looking at the Chef's Magic second quarter highlights. Bulacan is starting to pull away.
No, definitely. Bulacan is doing everything right this first half, going to get lots of stops, steals, blocks, deflections, leading to easy fast break in this 12-point lead.
The continuation of the second half when we return. Your halftime score after the first two quarters, 37 para sa JT Bulacan Taipan. They lead by 12 kontra sa Nueva Ecija. The Generals are still looking at the matchup of the 14 under division, and I have to say, when the defense started to change para sa kupunan ng Bulacan, that's where they started pulling away in halftime.
Definitely, no, for Bulacan, they are now 12-point ahead in this halftime. Despite being below field goal percentage, they are quite even. 3-point attempts, they are being the aggressors with 2 3-points made. They are the hustlers in terms of rebounding, getting second chance opportunities up by 5. Despite the Generals getting more assists, it is the turnovers that is the biggest story, with 10 more turnovers for the Generals.
Yun yung mas masakit eh. Dahil hindi ka nakakatira, you won't get a shot attempt dahil inuunahan ka na kaagad sa pwesto during that moment. So, if there is an adjustment na kailangan unahin ng Nueva Ecija dito, it's that they need to be able to get a shot that they're comfortable with by crossing that press, and it could potentially start with defense as well. Something that they could force Bulacan para kung sakali na hindi kami makatira, dapat kayo din.
Definitely. They need to control the basketball, stop the pressure, but this is not how you should start.
Yeah, as of that moment, Balboa redeeming himself from what has happened kanina in that first possession. And now he has 5, extending the lead to 14 this time. Play continues now. 3 underway. That's not gonna work. Berba tosses it around. And at that moment, it was quite off angle para sa kanya. He already saw that there was someone there. Just a difficult pass to begin with.
No, that was unfortunate there. Rare turnover care of Bulacan. Let's see if Nueva Ecija can cut this big deficit.
Coach Sherwin Santos now putting more players. Nabarte is going to be back. Same goes for Arciaga. They're going with a 2-2-1 once more. There's going to be some sort of pressure. The play continues. And that is going to be a defensive stop as Corpus unable to find a teammate, but they will inbound from baseline.
One thing that you should appreciate if you are Coach Sherwin, you are giving more players opportunities, unable to get a stop there.
But there is the bright spot para sa kupunan ng Nueva Ecija. Zidane Dangoy already at double figures, being the first one in this game to do that. That is your pound-for-pound fitness. Foul counted from the mid-range. Although he misses on that free throw, it would still help them to decrease the lead down to 11. Oh, there's a fight na nanggaling dun sa ibaba, just unable to shake him off.
That was Aldrix Bandilla trying to do a big boy move against his matchup, unable to control his footwork.
Now they try to go from the paint again. They shoot, but that's gonna be a miss. Berba was fighting to get that rebound, but he was called for a loose ball foul.
Yeah, not what he expected. John Raizu Berba with a loose ball foul. Possession will go back to the Blue Shirts.
Now the play continues, almost a steal that has been avoided, but there is a rejection. Someone was just waiting for him from the top side. Dangoy now is fouled from behind.
Yeah, that was a stop by Amiro Arciaga, able to deny that fast break opportunity.
Ito lang yung disadvantage pag you're playing really solid defense. There's a really high chance for you to commit fouls. And now, with 7 minutes left, they're already at the 13th foul. Now Comia decides to go all the way. That's not gonna work, but they still have another chance. Gamis. Everything but the bucket is not gonna work. But at that time, matatawagan na ng foul ang Nueva Ecija. They're gonna have to go back and play defense.
That was an unfortunate error there. They could have attempted more, but unable to get possession due to a loose ball foul.
Nabarte looking for a teammate. And at that moment, it was an opening that was A-OK para kay Amiro Arciaga.
Yes, another tough floater there for Arciaga, getting things done.
Extending the lead to 13 once again. Dangoy, the leading scorer with 10, decides to take it all the way, using his body to protect the ball and getting the 2.
That was a very difficult move there for Zidane Dangoy. Eluded 3 white shirts for that tough layup.
41 to 29, Nabarte instructing orders towards his team. There's going to be the attack quite forced. Berba's going to be there, really fighting through everybody. No rage included, just pure power.
That was the muscle and hustle of John Raizu Berba. I still can't believe he's 14, man. Like, 14 under.
He can play in 16 if he wants
Right?
to. But that, of course, depends on the coaching staff. They're taking advantage of this right here. And at that time, Corpus, soft touch is going to work to cut the lead down even more to just 10.
And that started with Dane Dangoy's playmaking ability. They're able to distract the defender for the easy two.
Corpus following in Dangoy's footsteps. There goes Berba again. He overcooks the shot though. Oh, but look at Navarti. There's gonna be Berba again, fighting through everybody. Looking to attack him the second time. He will not be denied.
The flex on this kid. John Naizu Berba with another 2-point bucket.
At that time, there it goes again. Nakaramdam ng kaunting gigil. So with that being said, Berba's gonna be called for a foul. And Bulacan is at penalty situation.
Look at this replay here. Big boy move. Care of John Raizo Berba. Not giving up on that play.
Hinanap niya muna yung pwesto niya eh.
Yes.
Diba? He didn't really jump right away. He was looking for a spot where he's comfortable jumping. And then after that, just lands on it. Speaking of comfortable, that's Komia's shot right there. A 3 from top of the key.
Able to cut the deficit to single digits here itong si Komia.
They're slowly fighting their way back into this game. Now Patawara goes right. He finds an open lane. Almost getting his own rebound, but a teammate was there. Forcing the issue. Who else would it be? John Raizu Berba.
John Raizu Berba. Continuing his hot streak from his last time out. Making it easy for the blue shirts.
And then there's going to be a pass again. Fajardo this time will not be denied.
Back and forth action we're seeing here. Both squads trading buckets this stage in the third quarter.
Yuan Fajardo already having 6. They're starting to catch up to the pace na binibigay nitong Nueva Ecija. But at that moment, it's gonna be jump ball ang itatawag. How can they do that at 14 years old?
Right? I can't. I'd rather be their teammates. I'd love to be their teammates.
Yeah.
Not against them though.
Parang ibabato mo lang kasi sa kanila pag tumatakbo na sila eh. Kasi nahahapo na tayo eh. Diba? Alam mo naman. Now they continue. Komia again. Looking to settle the score. He decides to take a 3. Short. But Patawara unable to contain that basketball. Mabalik ang bola ngayon sa Nueva Ecija with the fresh 14.
Although Lord Tristan Comia did shoot that heave, the arc was there. It just lacked a bit of strength. If he stepped a step closer, it would have gone in.
Play continues now. Sikat could potentially get a screen, but none is given to him either or. It's going to be the challenge. Ramirez had to take advantage of the situation, which was a good sign. So they delayed the offensive timers para sa Nueva Ecija to just 5 seconds.
5 seconds to shoot though.
Ooh, but that was denied by Berba. Or should I say, by Driz. Although there's going to be a foul.
Ooh, lucky break there for Nueva Ecija.
And that's already the penalty situation para dito kay Fajardo.
And less than 3 minutes is still a long time for one quarter, Hans. They could easily continue staying aggressive, stop the clock, and cut it down. Unfortunately, they're unable to convert.
They have to take their time on those free throws.
Yeah.
Those are crucial. Lalo na pag nananakbo yung kabila. That is where it's gonna be painful.
Nueva Ecija, based on the free throw battle, in their last time out, they did 8 of 17. So they tried their best to stay aggressive, but not able to convert a lot. Meanwhile, Bulacan, 17 of 26 in their last time out.
That is, you know, the ideal scenario for you to be able to at least make multiple free throws. At sa pagkakataon na yun, napigilan ng Nueva Ecija ang Bulacan from scoring more points. But look at this, Larga fast break of the game. Right after that free throw miss, rebound, outlet pass, and the rest was history. But look at Patawara again. He got the ball stolen once more. But what is going to be some sort of extra scenario is going to be our courtside reporter giving us more information. Here's Ms. Danae Amada.
Pressure sa depensa ang team Bulacan Taipan. Iyon ang kailangan nila para makuha ang tsansa na maayos ang kanilang offense. Saad ng kanilang head coach, Coach Sherwin. Ganado ang lahat ng players sa kapunan ng Bulacan because of their recent win streak. Sinigurado nga ito ni Coach Sherwin na motivated ang lahat, proving to us na hindi talaga magpapakampante ang kanilang team. Tuloy-tuloy lang at gampanan ang bawat role para sa kanilang kabuoang pangarap. Back to you guys.
Maraming salamat, Ms. Danae Amada. We already saw the idea coming in from them, the win streak. Gusto nilang maprotektahan yung momentum na meron sila. And at that moment, it was Patawara now getting his 4th straight point in under 30 seconds.
That is a very beautiful and aggressive play by Jelord Patawara.
12 points for the white shirt wearing number 29. As this is the ideal scenario para sa Bulacan because they've been, answering the call ng kanilang kupunan. Meanwhile, para sa Nueva Ecija, they've been getting their chances but it's just miss after miss para sa kanila, lalo na sa free throw line. Oh, they get it right back. Maybe they can make something happen. Sikat though, or should I say that's Marvilla, unable to get it. And there it goes again. Bitawan itong si Drizz Zambola. Completely checked from behind.
Again, the story is the same this third quarter. Everything is going Bulacan's way despite some of their turnovers, unforced turnovers. Nueva Ecija is not capitalizing on their opportunity.
That's because they've already built a very comfortable spot.
Correct.
Na kahit mag-error sila ng siguro 2 o 3 beses, it's fine because they can make up for it sa mga susunod pang possessions.
Yes.
So, the pressure is on Nueva Ecija right now. Kung paano ba sila magre-respond, how many more errors is it gonna take or will they minimize them para makahabol sila?
Oh!
And at that moment, it's gonna be Yutok fouled by a Nueva Ecija player. Wala pa naman sila sa penalty situation, so they can still talk about it, and that is exactly what they're gonna do. They lead by 13, 51-38. Is in the third like a grown man.
As you think you don't